Today, I wanted to touch on an aspect of leading worship that can cause some people to be very nervous and uncomfortable, and that is the speaking in between songs, maybe praying after a song. I just want to encourage you that you can do it. One of the things to think about when you are maybe praying after a song, while you're singing that song, as you're looking at the lyrics before leading on Sunday, maybe pick out one thing to highlight that song has just spoken to about an attribute of God, or maybe something that He has done on our behalf and now our response. But pick one thing to highlight as an easy transition out of that song. Another thing that I would encourage you to do, if this is something you're newer at, is to write something down. It can feel disingenuous to have prepared beforehand, or like you're not being authentic or praying in the Spirit or speaking in the Spirit. But I would say that preparation can be used by God and can just give you some comfort when you're up front. It can also remind you of what you wanted to highlight in a song, where if you're on the spot, you might get nervous. And I would say oftentimes we read aloud Psalms out of the Bible, or we've been to things or maybe participated where there's a pre-written prayer that someone reads, and it is full of the power of God. And so just to encourage you that just because you've written something down before that moment does not make it disingenuine or less spirit driven. So I would encourage you either write down something completely, or even just bullet points of, hey, I know I wanted to mention this, so don't forget that. Another thing is just practice. The more you do it, the more comfortable you become with it. And lastly, I would say, know God. Keep pursuing Him, seeking Him. The more time you spend in His Word, the more time you spend just growing in your understanding of theological topics and terms and phrases, the easier it will be for you to pray on the spot, maybe comment in the midst of a song or before or after, without worrying that you're being heretical. Because the more you know God, the more your vocabulary and understanding of Him expands. And so you can pray differently, talk about different things, highlight different aspects of who He is. So this is something that you can't change overnight, you can't fix overnight, but it is something that will grow with a lifelong pursuit of knowing God. And so I would encourage you to just continue to seek Him, knowing that He uses you when you are beginning in this area of leading worship, and He will continue to use you as you grow in this area.